3 News Now Web Extra.
So when I came home for the spring, because it was virtual schooling, I had a lot of extra time, and I kind of realized that I wanted to do something to help people out because a lot of people were struggling during COVID. And my dad's in the Navy. He served for 28 years, and I just kind of thought my grandparents were really struggling at their retirement home just because they couldn't receive visits because COVID put everyone in isolation. And that seemed really sad to me, especially since a lot of our veteran community just couldn't receive any visits. They couldn't have activities going on. So they're just all alone. And I started reaching out in just a couple local homes, and I asked if I could call with some of the veterans and just talk to them on a weekly basis. And that started going really well. So I recruited some friends to do the same thing. And we started just calling with homes on a weekly basis. And I'm still working with some homes now and just talking. But then I realized that some of the homes didn't have the technological capability to be able to have calls every week. And not every veteran really liked phone calls just because it really wasn't the technology they were used to growing up. So I wanted to reach a lot more veterans because it was going great at the home. So I decided that letters would be an awesome way to kind of be able to reach all these homes. So I created a website, and then I asked all my friends to start writing letters, and I spread it around on social media, community sites, next door neighbor, and just try to get it around as much as possible. I called all the homes and made sure that they were interested in receiving letters, just because some homes didn't want them, just because they're a little worried about privacy, or there's been situations where people have tried to take advantage of the veterans, which is just horrible. But a lot of the homes did, and a lot of the homes, some homes hang them up on the wall so that every veteran can read them. And then some homes, when they save the letters and when veterans are having bad days, they hand them out. So it really helps shift the mood. And if I can do just anything to help right now, I mean, the veteran community has always been really, really good to my family. And I've always wanted to try to help in a way. And I hope this is helping. So yeah, that's just kind of how it started. A lot of the veterans are just kind of almost locked up in isolation. Like they can't go out, and even their social interaction within the homes are limited. From the veterans I've talked to, like at most they can have like 2 people at a table, if they can have anyone at a table. And then all the games they typically play, like bingo and games like that, they can't, there's room capacities now. So they aren't really getting to interact, and isolation is just terrible. I mean, it's such a sad thing. So just having the younger generation like interact with veterans and just send letters, and like it really just brings like a glimpse of hope, like to tell them that like somebody's caring for you right now. Like they've done so much for the country, and I think it means a lot to them just to know that somebody's out there thinking of them right now.
How can someone get involved with writing the letters? What kinds of things are good to include in them?
So really, it would be great to include thank yous. The home, my website link has some details just how to address the letter, and then it has all the home addresses that are interested in receiving letters. So really, you can just pick a home that interests you, or even switch up a couple homes and just write the letter and send it. And as long as you address it to, I have it a little direction that says to address it to the activities department, just to make sure they aren't lost and all the mails that these homes receive. But really just mention anything. It's just really nice to receive correspondence from the outside world. One veteran remarked to me, he kept asking me what the corn was doing. I mean, how high the corn had grown. And that's not something I typically think was a big deal. But I mean, when you haven't been outside in so long, just because you've been stuck in one place, stuff like that's like it's a big deal. It really matters. So just mention anything about your life, anything about your experience, and most of all, just your appreciation for what they've done for the country. It's just really saying thank you. This is who I am. This is where I'm from, and I'm thinking of you. And I hope you're doing well.
What do you hope for the future for this project?
Yeah, so I really want to get just as many cards as possible to these homes. every letter, the better, because I don't want any veteran feeling alone right now. This is a very difficult circumstances for everybody, and it's especially difficult for people who are at risk, like veterans in these veteran homes that are unable to go out. So if these people can know that they're cared for and that their country loves them and appreciates what they've done, and that would be amazing. I just hope that this link gets out as far as possible, and as many homes get letters as possible. It means a lot to me that people care enough to send letters to these veterans. It means a lot to them too. It just really small things. It makes so much of a change to some of these veterans. Some of the nurses I've worked with have remarked that it just changes the mood, the dynamic in the home. So thank you to everyone that will write letters or has written letters, and thank you to you, and your news company for putting this out there, because I really appreciate that.
Stay connected at 3newsnow.com.